My name is Hazel Inkpen and I'm going to talk about gender equality and stereotypes. Gender equality is a massive ongoing issue in society today. But are you someone who believes there is or ever will be gender equality in the world? If you are, then you would be wrong. There are many people in the world who believe they want gender equality in the world, but if you look around, everywhere you look, you will see examples of gender inequality. I understand you want the world to feel safe and everybody equal to others, but that just can't happen. Gender equality is everywhere and it won't go away. Majorettes is a microcosm of this. A microcosm is something that encapsulates miniature characteristics of a small issue from a much larger issue. For example, the ratio of boys to girls in majorette troops. It derides the majorette community because it makes them appear very stereotypical because there are less boys in majorette troops. Majorettes is the quintessence of how prejudice can subjugate a person's life choices. I think boys feel intimidated to join majorettes because they feel uncomfortable with the routines, costumes, and girls in the troops. This is just another example of a stereotype. However, women have rights. Some people are feminists and no one can stop judging people by their gender, even if it is accidental. Feminism is unpleasant, unfair, and unforgivable. Although nothing is like gender equality. Feminism is all around us in many places. However, gender equality is virtually non-existent. Gender equality is impossible to achieve, especially since there are many people who are more privileged than others, and they feel they have the ammunition to control people's lives through feminism and gender inequality. Gender equality is about peace and not about being unprivileged. I think we should have the determination, the ambition, and the inspiration to at least try and make the world a better place. For example, there is a Me Too Act which spreads awareness of sexual harassment across the whole world. Over 44% of people in Indonesia have been sexually harassed, and the Me Too Act is there to spread awareness of this and try and lower the percentage. And it exposes people who committed these brutal crimes. The truth is, gender equality is impossible, but why should that stop us from trying to make the world a better place? In conclusion, there is gender inequality all over the world and there is no stopping it. But why should that stop us from at least trying to do things to stop this and lower the percentage of the amount of gender inequality in the world? Also, there are many people in the world who are trying to protect this by creating acts like the Me Too Act, which raises awareness of gender inequality across the world. Additionally, even in small parts of the world, there are many examples of gender inequality like majorettes. So I'll ask again, are you someone who believes that there is or ever will be gender equality in this world? Thank you for listening.
Okay, any questions?
Why do you think there is so much gender inequality in the world?
I think there's so much gender inequality in the world because there's more privileged people than others, so they think they can get away with making other people feel less of themselves and less confident.
How can prejudice affect people?
Prejudice can affect people in many ways, emotionally, mentally, and physically, and it makes them think that they are self-conscious of how they look and the things they do.
Why do you think there are prejudiced people?
I think there are prejudiced people because they feel they have insecurities as well and they take it out on others.
Why should people stop being prejudiced?
I think people should stop being prejudiced because it will make the world a more peaceful place for everybody to live, and it will make people feel more confident in themselves.
Okay, you mentioned feminism during your speech. So a lot of people think that third wave feminism, so modern feminism, is suffering from a lack of purpose compared to something like the suffragettes campaigning together for the women's right to vote. Do you think it's too fragmented at the moment?
Yes.
Okay. Last question. The self-proclaimed feminist and prominent Australian writer Germaine Greer yesterday came out and said that some women, despite claiming to be feminists, are actually fueling the subjugation of themselves by accepting things like money from people who have sexually abused them, payouts from the courts. Do you think that women have a obligation to stick to the principles of feminism, or is it a case-by-case basis?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I think women could be fueling feminism because it's a global issue and many people are affected by it.
Okay, thank you very much.